Today on the table, we have a little bit more of a modern pistol. We have a Smith and Wesson Model 500. So they actually made this pistol. It was designed in 2002 to 2003, and then they started producing them actually beginning in 2003. I have had this one for, probably 5 or 6 years now. I think I got it right before COVID. I found it and ordered it. It is brand new, and I found it in a place in Pennsylvania. They came in, they do come in quite a few different barrel lengths. So you can get a 2.7, a 3.5, a 4, a 6.5, a 7.5, an 8 3/8, and a 10.5. This is the 10.5. You can see here. Now this one does have a muzzle brake here at the top. So, reduces the pressure from when you're shooting. So it helps at least with some of the kick on the pistol. And there's just so much muzzle velocity that they have this on there. There is another model of this same length barrel that has it on the sides. So I might actually try to find one of those as well. It does come in a ridiculous snub nose, like I mentioned before, that 275, which I have no idea how you would even shoot that. But we can do a quick safety check so you can see. It is a 5-shot. It does not have, like if you remember in my older videos, or my other videos, there is no pinned because this is a much more modern pistol, and it does not have any recessed cylinders. So I will show you a round here. So these take these crazy 500 rounds right here, and if you look and see, it does not, see how the cylinder does not, it's not recessed, so the round is actually up just a little bit. So, as you look at those older pistols, they will have the recessed cylinder, so it fits perfectly flat on the inside. Some just cool history about this. It's actually a really comfortable gun to hold. The rubber grips on it make a big difference. And because it is so big, that's why I bought this longer barrel, is because it will kick a lot less because of how heavy it is. So they designed it actually, they actually had to redesign it completely to make this. It uses what's called an X-frame, so that's what this is. You see here, it's an X-frame revolver. It's a brand new frame that they made for this crazy round. And then the other thing too is that they don't use a standard revolver barrel. It's actually, this is like a rifle barrel, like you'd put in a rifle, as a matter of fact. So it makes it crazy accurate at really far distances. They said apparently that the effective firing range for it is about 165 feet, and then the max they think is right around 330 feet. I've not tried either of those. I imagine it does. The average muzzle velocity on this thing is about 2,700 or 2,075 feet per second. But it actually has a crazy pounds of foot force. So it actually has 3,030 foot-pounds of force, which is nuts for, a revolver. They did some, some other things. They label it as the world's most powerful handgun. Because there are the pistol versions of this, that Magnum Research makes. And those are pretty cool. I want one of these because, like, if you go to Cabela's and such, this is like this is for like hog hunting. Fly fishermen carry them for, when they're like salmon fishing. There's like a holster that you can buy that goes on your vest or like on your chest. And then you would carry this, just right on your, hanging right off the front of you. So when you're out salmon fishing, or if your salmon fishing guide is usually who has them, that they will carry these with, which is a bare load. This round that I showed you is actually a bare load. I can show you the box here. They carry these to, stop grizzly bears and other, bears as they're out salmon fishing. And I can show you that these are the bare loads that I have for them. So you can see the box right here. And it doesn't fit, they don't fit too many in a box because the rounds are so big. You can see how crazy large the casings are. And a lot of people reload them too. And I will too, for when the ones that I've shot, I've kept the shells so that way they can be reloaded. But yeah, I know this is not an old pistol. I mean, it is a more modern pistol, but it is pretty fun, and I thought everybody should see it. I might try to find one of the other ones that has uh, the muzzle brake here on these sides instead. I think that looks pretty cool, just to let the gases come out that way. And then maybe I'll look for a snub nose one just as a comparison between the two. But when you compare this to like just even that Smith and Wesson Magnum 44 that I have, you know, this is just like Dick Tracy size, just comical, you know, in the how big of a pistol this thing is. But it is it's just a pretty cool revolver, and you know, action wise it does shoot great. It has just standard iron sights, as you can see. But yeah, if you ever thought about getting one, they hold their value. I mean, when you buy them brand new, I think they're like 14 or 1500 bucks a piece, and then used they're like $1,300. They really don't change much in value between new and used. So they hold their value. So if it is something you want to buy, it is a lot of fun to like go to the range. You're not going to shoot a whole bunch of rounds. You might shoot one or two. Your friends might shoot one or two. It's not something you're going to, unless you got watermelons and you're outside. But, you know, it's not something that you're going to be using too much. But I just want to show everybody the crazy huge revolver. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you have one and you shoot it, you know, feel free to put that in the comments. Thanks again.